Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show where we document the world's most spectacular self-destructions. Today we need to talk about a question, a genuine, real question that Steven Anderson actually asked. What is my big sin that I deserve to have my name trashed?
You know, what is my big giant sin where I deserve to have my name trashed on the internet?
I'm sorry, what? Steven, buddy pal, my brother in Christ who clearly missed the entire book of Proverbs. That's like a toddler who took off his diaper, smeared the walls with it, poured bleach everywhere, ate all the candy, hit his sister, set the kitchen on fire, shaved the dog, made his mom cry, and is now sitting in the ruins pouting. Why is everyone mad at me? What did I do? Let me help you out here, Steven. Since you genuinely seem confused, let's make a list. Let's start with the big one, shall we? Your teenage daughter stayed at her uncle's house, a normal, wholesome thing. Someone made a mandated report, and instead of being calm, instead of having a conversation, you went full DEFCON scream! You yelled at her, you insulted her, you demanded she come home like she was a DoorDash order, and when she said no, when she started crying, you didn't stop to think, maybe I'm the problem here. No, you flew across state lines like a bad action movie villain, found out she was working at Starbucks and flipped out so hard the police had to step in. Your daughter had a panic attack. She was so terrified of you that when they took her to the hospital, she escaped and slept in a ditch. A ditch, Steven. Your child chose roadside garbage over going home with you. That alone answers your question. That right there is your big sin. When your own daughter would rather sleep in dirt than see you, you don't get to play victim. But wait, there's more! Your brother, her uncle, was trying to protect her like family is supposed to do. And what did you do? You started making memes implying he was a pedophile, real classy, Steven. Nothing says man of God like falsely accusing your own brother of the worst crime imaginable. Then you doxed him full name, address, phone number. And this is my favorite part, you called for arson. You wanted people to burn down his property. Steven, that's not spiritual warfare, that's actual crime. Here's another gem. You stood in your pulpit and screamed, if you believe I hit my wife, you're a retard and I want you out of the church now. 1 week later, today's sermon, spousal discipline. Steven, buddy! Do you understand how that looks? I definitely don't hit my wife, but let me explain why hitting your wife is biblical. That's not theology, that's a confession with extra steps. And then let's talk about the commentary hypocrisy, shall we? For years, literal years, you screamed that biblical commentary was man-made garbage. You said all you need is the Bible. Commentary is heresy. But then Joshua Lunsford shows up, a walking biohazard who needs defending. And suddenly you're quoting Keel and Delitzsch, Wycliffe, the expositor's Bible commentary, every dusty theologian you can find. What happened, Steven? The Bible stopped agreeing with you, so you needed backup. You spent decades building your brand on no commentary, and the second it's convenient, you're copy-pasting like a college student who forgot about the essay due at midnight. The hypocrisy is so thick you could build a house with it. And speaking of Joshua Lunsford, let's talk about your choice of allies here. This man cheated on his wife with 80 women in 3 years. That's not adultery, that's a speed run. He's in Facebook groups, hypothetically confessing to doing cocaine exactly 6 times. And you, man of God, defender of righteousness, have decided this is the hill you're dying on? You're out here with biblical commentary stacked to the ceiling, making memes, posting surveillance footage, all to defend a guy who belongs in a hazmat bin. Why, Steven? Oh, right, because it's a distraction from your son Solomon strutting around in crop tops and knee-highs looking absolutely fabulous. Can't let people focus on that, can we? Better defend the cocaine diaper. You love to say, touch not God's anointed or he'll curse you. You told ex-members they'd be destroyed, that their families would crumble, that God would smite them for leaving your church. And what actually happened? Ex-members are thriving. They found real churches with real love. They're healing, they're building healthy families, they're flourishing. Meanwhile, you lost your building. You're re-renting from a prosperity gospel preacher. Your church went from thousands to 50 people. Your sons are doing drag on YouTube. Your marriage looks like a Cold War. The curse didn't hit the ex-members, Steven. It boomeranged and hit you. God is not mocked. You reap what you sow, and you sowed arrogance, control, abuse, and lies. Oh, and here's a fun one. Someone put you in a mental hospital for 24 hours because you were genuinely acting unhinged. You could have just gone home quietly, not said anything, moved on. But no, you got online and told everyone, pointing fingers, calling people Judas. Then the very next Sunday, you preached about how lunatics are screaming and self-destructive. Stephen, you just described yourself. You were in the mental hospital days ago, and now you're mocking the mentally ill from your pulpit. The lack of self-awareness is genuinely stunning. Every accusation you throw is just your diary entry. You call others prideful. You're the most prideful. You call others liars. You can't keep your own story straight week to week. You call others bad parents. Your kids fled to a Satanist drag queen to air your dirty laundry. You call others divisive. You've lost almost everyone who ever followed you. It's confession by accusation. Every insult is a mirror. So Stephen, you asked, what's my big sin? Here's the answer. It's not one sin, it's a pattern. It's pride so deep you can't see the destruction around you. It's hypocrisy so thick it's become your identity. It's the refusal to take responsibility for anything. It's using God as a shield while acting nothing like Christ. It's traumatizing your own family and then asking, why is everyone upset? Your name is trash because of what you did to real people who trusted you. That's not persecution, Stephen. That's consequences. And until you can look at that little girl who slept in a ditch rather than go home with you and ask yourself why that happened, until you can admit that maybe, just maybe, the problem isn't everyone else, your name will stay exactly where it belongs. In the trash. With the cocaine diaper where you put it yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the answer to Stephen's question, not because we hate him, but because the truth matters. And the truth is, he did this to himself. Good night.